What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today we've got the Ross Taylor ahead of the World Test Championship final. That's in what's the date today? Give me a minute. It's Thursday 17th. Does that mean it's tomorrow? Wait. Is it tomorrow? No, I thought it was Saturday. I thought it started, I don't care. Alinta Energy, fuck off. The 18th, and today is it starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow night ahead of the World Test Championship final. Of course, if you want to see my preview for that video, go ahead and watch it. But hey, we've got the Grade Cricketer, the greatest Australian cricketing podcast, one of the greatest Australian podcasts there is. Some great blokes here, Sam Perry and Ian Higgins. I remember a year or two ago, they used to have that other guy. I don't know where he went. I actually like him. I thought he was cool. But hey, let's check it out. Let's go.
Very special interview we've lined up. This is all thanks to Acco. Go and check Acco
Okay,
out.
let's go.
Acco.com for our wonderful Indian audience out there on the interwebs. Now, this is a very special interview that we were able to sort out last minute. It's obviously very late here in Australia, but we just had a chance to speak to Ross Taylor, the man, the myth, the legend. You know what we found? We found ourselves a very funny Kiwi man.
All right.
And here's all the things you have to say ahead of the World Test Championship final starting tomorrow. Check it out. Here he is. Thanks to Acco.
You never hear much from him either.
Very special interview has come through.
Hold on, let me turn it up for you guys. Don't worry, I got you.
24 hours before the World Test Championship final. We are catching up with Kiwi legend, the leading run scorer for test matches for New Zealand. Sometime follower of TGC on social, but he'll probably deny it. Citing being bad at technology, doesn't reply to our DMs. I'm talking about Ross Taylor. Ross, thanks so much for joining us a day out from the final.
Hey, thanks for having me. Big fans. So thanks for having me. As I said, direct messages not one of my strengths, but hey, we've got it anyway.
Ross, given the history of Test cricket, where teams just sort of play in bilateral series, where there's a couple of games in a series. That's been going on from WG Greats all the way through to now. But now we have a final, finally. Is this the single most important test match ever played in the history of the game?
Yeah.
I guess in terms of our history, it must definitely be up there. A bit like the One Day World Cup in 1975. I think in 20 years' time, we'll probably be the biggest test of how big this game really is. If it catches on, I think it's been great for cricket just to have a bit of context to it.
It's awesome. We love it.
And yeah, I guess a one-off match. I think it's actually quite good that it's two neutral teams as well. So hard to.
It should be Australia. We should be playing.
To say that now, but I guess in 20, 30 years' time, I think we have a better idea.
Ross, you obviously would have seen the forecast, which bodes well for some wonderful Test match cricket coming up. But
that's the only reason I'm doing this.
But I mean, in grade terms, a rain delay is an opportunity to sort of, get to know your teammates a little bit better, and then you realise quickly how much you hate your teammates and you don't know why you play this game. But you guys obviously spend so much time with your teammates these days. But I mean, is there a pest in the dressing room, in the New Zealand dressing room, where do you guys all just love each other, just really get along with each other, and looking forward to spending more time together?
My guess.
What does Ross Taylor do during a rain break?
Well, as everyone says, do not worry about the rain. Never begrudge it, whether it's on day 1 or day 5. Always embrace it. I guess that's a positive for being in a bubble. As you can see, my room behind me, and playing at the ground. So if it does rain, we actually don't have to leave, and you don't actually have to socialise with your teammates, and things. But Pest,
he just go home.
That's his nickname, really. So you've pretty much knocked it on the head. Tim Southey, a father, but still at 32, 33, he's still the jokester in the team, and like the support staff and coaches and captains and whatnot. They would thought he might have grown up by now, but we're still waiting for him.
Just an absolute pest.
In a lot of the lead up to this game, Ross, we've seen comparisons between New Zealand and India, and you've got $38 million turnover versus $285 million turnover, 5 million population versus 1 billion population, David v Goliath, almost like All Blacks and Wallabies in reverse.
Yeah, true.
The Wallabies. Do you do you claim the underdog tag, for this game? Does it matter to you that you're going in with less expectations? Are you into the mind games at all? Because there's a lot of very frightened Indians who watch this show. They've admitted so. What sort of tag are you claiming 24 hours out from first ball?
Yeah, I've had a few comparisons, but Wallabies and All Blacks is definitely one I've never done before, so we'll go with that. As a big All Black fan, but yeah, I mean, I think those numbers are wrong. I'm sure BCCI actually earn more money than that.
Yeah, bloody hell.
So it's, I mean, they probably earn more than that in just IPL. But no, I think, we're a small nation. Cities in India are bigger than the whole population of New Zealand, and saying that, Melbourne and Sydney are bigger than New Zealand as well. So
yeah, true.
We love the underdogs status. I don't think we're very good front runners. We love being the underdogs and like to scrap and fight. So I mean, I think it's just going to be a great occasion for Test cricket, and hopefully the weather doesn't play too much of a part. But go the All Blacks against the Wallabies.
All right, let's get into some real gear here, Ross. I mean, Colin de Grandhomme comes into camp, and he's rocking that mullet. I mean, what are the boys saying? Is he conditioning it? What's it like in the shower? Tell us everything about when Colin comes back into camp with the big mullet.
You have to get around it. Get around it.
Test match. So obviously he's been out injured for a while, and just had his first kid, and going through a midlife crisis already. He was actually on an ad back home for Sky Sports, and he was rocking that mullet back then. So obviously wanted to bring it back out. There's a few greys and things in there, but I think we were playing Pakistan, the Test match that we won off with 3 or 4 overs to go. So we're in the midst of that, really focused on that, and then Colin comes in the change room, and nobody actually cared about the cricket. It was just all the talk about his hair, what he's been doing with it, and whether he's going to get a cut. But no one's actually discussed that. I think it's probably more of a girl thing. Talking about the hair products and what stuff he's putting in there. But being from Zimbabwe, I wouldn't have thought he'd put in much product in, that's for sure.
Wait, is Colin de Grandhomme from Zimbabwe? There you go.
Ross, just on India, just observed over the last couple of years that they've got a few statesmen in their side who seem to come across as decent people, like Ajinkya Rahane. It was been lovely to Afghanistan a few years ago when India absolutely pumped them in a game. After they destroyed our hopes and dreams, they gave a framed jersey to Nathan Lyon, and he was really willingly accepting that. And I'm just wondering, does it offend New Zealanders that India are attempting to claim the nice guy tag from you, who are the world champions of being great blokes?
Yeah.
I played against India not long before. I played India in my 100th test and I didn't get a shirt, so I was a bit jealous.
Wow! India's got to sort him out.
You must have won that game.
A couple of series before, and then I'm watching that game and I saw the Nathan Lyon. I thought, but I think, to be fair, I played with a lot of them at IPL. They are very nice people. Very down to earth, humble. You can't argue with anyone who's competitive on the field.
True.
It's like playing backyard cricket against your best mate. You still want to beat them and do whatever it takes to do that. But I can't say a bad word about them. I think they're fantastic people. As Ajinkya Rahane, as you said, I played with them at Rajasthan. Just a fantastic ambassador for the game of cricket.
Always been the Australian way as well. Play quite tough on the field, but then really good to have a beer with them afterwards.
Who was that, sorry?
Oh, the Australians, the team who's coming third in the World Test Championship. I don't know if they can make it yet, but they might. Ross, you must have some good memories against India. You've scored 300s, I think I'm right in saying, against India. Have you got a favourite memory so far against playing against India? Obviously, winning this game would trump them all, I'm sure. But have you got a favourite memory?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you play against them, you're going to be under the pump, and
some good comp.
Playing them over there is one of the hardest things to do in cricket. But no, I think the 2019 semi-final, I think that would have to be up there. The old 2-day, 1-day game. Something being not out overnight was an interesting thing. Thinking it was a one-day game.
Yeah, true.
But no, I think there was a lot of ebbs and flows in that match, and I think that would probably stick out. I guess probably was one of the most recent ones as well.
Ross, and we were just quickly discussing this off air, but the Australian Test captain Tim Payne gave a press conference yesterday because Australia doesn't play any cricket anymore until like summer. So he was asked for his views on this game, and he was quite unequivocal that he thought India would win and win comfortably. And I just wondered, like, it just seemed to be something really quite gruff in his tone about in the way that he said that. Did you expect a little bit? Something maybe a little bit more diplomatic from the Test captain and your Australasian brother, or not at all?
My Anzac brother. No, I think everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that series against India, Australia was a fantastic series, and everyone in New Zealand loved it. So
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I just don't. When it comes to cricket, Aussies don't really rate us anyway, so regardless of who it is.
It is true.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
And Ross, I mean, there's obviously nothing like winning, a premiership. And one of the best things about that is just looking around the dressing room after a win, and there's 50 blokes in there that you've never seen before just having free beers.
Yeah, true.
How much are you looking forward to seeing just some ex-players just jump in there? Ross, great. You've played with basically half the guys who've ever played Test cricket for New Zealand as well, such as your, history in the game, with respect. But, are there going to be ex-players like McCullum knocking about in there, Nathan and Brendan, in the dressing room?
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for COVID, then definitely.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's the ones that come out of the woodwork asking for tickets that you haven't heard from.
Yeah, I bet. That was...
They sort of soft.
Your old teammate when you played for Sussex back in 1932, or for Ross, 2010 or whatever. But
like, hey, good luck in the final, and then the next day they send a message. Got any tickets? So they really break the ice with that.
I just tell them, how about fuck off, buddy?
There's a few ex-players who are here commentating, but definitely if there was obviously pre-COVID, and I'm sure there would have been probably a lot more tickets. Wanting it, and the old token good luck. And can I have 4 tickets for day 3, please?
In that order. Hey Ross, we won't take up too much more of your time, mate. You made a comment before about Aussies not rating New Zealand. I mean, it was wonderful watching you in the series against England just recently. I'll grant you that. You guys absolutely pumped them. They did roll out their twos, but then you did that as well in the second game. Still pumped them. But I just wondered, Ross, like when they selected their team for the second test and they just went in with 4 quicks again. And great. So I'm going to prepare for Ashwin and possibly Jadeja by facing Joe Root. Were you just thinking, any danger of a spinner, boys, would be handy for this preseason match?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, the thing over here, obviously, it was a little bit dry too, so you sort of want to get out to the I wouldn't call Joe Root a part-timer, he's a bit better than that, got 5 wickets against India. But I think you're under more pressure, knowing that, obviously their main job is to bat, but even Lawrence, bowling off the wrong foot, you're a bit on edge, and if anything, you're not trying to get out, because, if you did get into the shed, your teammates are probably going to rip you to shreds and get you done for the next 3 or 4 days mentally. But we'll have to wait and see what it is out here, because Ashwin and Jadeja are pretty world-class bowlers on any given day, and they can turn it on any surface as well. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Ross Taylor, thanks so much. There's 1,000 other silly questions we could ask you, and they'll just be self-serving to us and be taking up your time. We genuinely are wishing you all the best for this huge final, and there's going to be a lot of people in Australia who are particularly hoping New Zealand does well. Mate, very, very good luck. We'll be watching on, and obviously from our perspective, if there's 6 days of rain and you're both sharing the mace at the end, that'll be funny, but hopefully we'll get a result.
Yeah, that would be.
At least it's not on boundary count.
Man, that's stuck. I can hear the bitterness there.
Yeah.
And can we also get tickets for day 4?
Because of COVID, I've got to email it to you, so send me your email address. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun. Take care.
No worries, man. Thanks, Ross. Go.
Damn, I mean, that is going to cap it off, guys. Shout out to the grade cricketer, of course, and shout out to Ross Taylor for being on. Grade cricket is someone that I always listen to, and I thought, you know what? Why not bring it to YouTube and react to some stuff on here instead of just fucking watching it at 1 a.m. at night when I've got nothing else to do? So again, shout out to the boys at the grade cricketer. This was a good I would have loved a whole episode with Ross Taylor one day. I don't know, have they? I don't think they have. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.